Good day to you, one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, that, what's his name? Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen's let himself go a bit, hasn't he? Well, he has, actually, and that's why I relieved him of this jacket and put this lovely little brooch on there, which is a bit of a palm tree, which speaks to some of the sort of more exotic bits of culture that I like to consume, and also just natural beauty as well, which is something that I've always appreciated. I did a personality archetype test, and I thought that I was somebody that appreciated things like opera and culture and, you know, curated human art forms. But no, I just like looking at trees, apparently, so that's cool. All right, today I'm talking about EKKSTACY, a beautiful artiste, a song called She Will Be Missed, which came out on the 13th of December. Which, you know, makes me a little bit late to the party, but when you're wearing a jacket like this, you can walk in whatever time you like and it's all going to be okay. Justin Hawkins rides again. Ooh, I voiced that one in one of the cleanest ways I've ever done that, really. No, I used my thumb to drag across like a plectrum. I'll never be able to do it that good again, and unfortunately there wasn't a microphone on the guitar, so you'll have to take my word for it, but it sounded brilliant, in the room at least. Anyway, EKKSTACY is a Canadian singer-songwriter from Vancouver, which is one of my favourite towns in the whole of North America. I really love it there, got some good friends there. I've got a good friend there, and by extension her good friend. So, yeah, I wasn't lying. Anyway, a Canadian singer-songwriter from Vancouver, otherwise known as Stacey or Kyrie Zienti. His breakout single, I Walk This Earth All By Myself, in 2021, has been streamed more than 300 million times. She Will Be Missed follows 17 and Mr. Mole and is taken from EKKSTACY's self-titled third album. And in early reviews, critics remarked on how well his songs communicate themes of anxiety, isolation and depression. And EKKSTACY himself has explained how music helped him find an outlet after experiencing serious depression and trying to end his own life at 17. So I think when you admit something like having tried to end your own life at the age of 17, it's something that I think a lot of your kind of interviewers are going to focus on. A lot of people are going to review the music that you've done in the context of that life turning point. And I think it's a bit unfair, really, to keep dredging it up, dragging up all that stuff. It's going to be hard for him to move on from that, I suppose. Or maybe it will create an environment with greater understanding and empathy from the people that are sort of covering his musical endeavours, but I doubt that because it's such a cruel business. And I'm not speaking from experience, but my friend Jason Hawkwind once said in an interview something really, really daft about drugs, and spent the next 18, 20 years trying to shake it off, really. But anyway, on speaking about She Will Be Missed, EKKSTACY said, it's a song about leaving someone behind. It could be anyone, as a lot of people have come and gone from my life. It encapsulates how I've been feeling for the past few years. He was given the title of Gen Z's new king of sad punk songs when he graced the cover of GQ Hype magazine. I think that is quite reductive. And he's been quoted as saying he's found inspiration in artists including The Cure, Current Joys, Lil Peep and The Drums. He's also supported Blink 182 and Suicide Boys on tour. Suicide Boys, of course, is spelt with $2 instead of S's, which I should probably start doing that. Then my name would be Ja Dollar Tin Hawkin Dollar. I was definitely born in the wrong century, I think, because that sort of thing just... no. Anyway, I'm going to play the song and react to it. Wonderful. Again. Already, like that bit reminded me of Pixies a little bit, but then a lot of stuff tends to remind me of Pixies. I think they are such an influential, band when it comes to alt rock or anything sort of indie rock. mostly because of the dissonance. Anyway, it's a lovely riff. Really good bit of drumming there, because I fully expected it to be, but it's and it had a lot more going on in a good way. Oh, that's good. That's really lovely. That's hang on a second, I'm going to check that melody again. This is so indie. Okay, so that puts it in as like a D major. But what's really cool about it is that he does this. It goes there, while the chord goes to a C. So then that's a difficult top line to actually come up with when you have this as a chord sequence. So like a D, C, G. To go to that is a really interesting melodic choice, I think. I mean, because it creates that, you know. It's really, really good. Shocked, startled, and impressed. Love that Anarchy tattoo on his cheek. That's fucking awesome. I wish I'd thought of that. This is proper punk, and it's actually kind of original, and there's been a long time since I've covered anything that I would genuinely say is kind of punk and original, but the idols aside, I suppose. Unexpected changes, interesting melodic decisions. This is really I'm loving it. Good to see a guy with a SM58 on a cable. It's the choice of champions, it really is. I feel like, you know, since Bon Scott, really. I mean, for a live application anyway, there's never been a better vocalist for a rock frontman with an actual loud band behind him than the Shure SM58. Today's episode is not brought to you by Shure SM58, but if you want to hit me up, sure, I will certainly say some nice things about your microphones. I've got one of them tattooed on my fucking arm, so you know where I am, okay? All right, cool. Okay, sure, SM58. He's holding that note, which had the interesting interval. And when it goes to the G, it goes to, what's that note again? That's to an A, so it goes to a G9, in fact, which is, for something that's sort of ostensibly, and, you know, the public-facing side of it is just some punk, you know, free-chord punk, but it isn't as simple as that, because the decisions that he's made when he's sort of weaving his melodies are so interesting. This is great. And that... And even the sort of colour of all that reminds me of, there's a Deer Hunter album that I like. What's it called again? Halcyon Digest. There's some stuff in there that's kind of a bit more reduced than this. I don't think it ever gets as punky as this, but there's something in the aesthetic of that, you know, the aural aesthetic of that moment there that's reminding me of Deer Hunter. I regret so much I've done. Some really great drumming in this. It's a nasty recording. This is so rough around the edges. It sort of sounds like split speaker type saturation, you know, as opposed to plug-in-y stuff. It's really exciting. Let's celebrate the cinematography on this video for a minute, because the stuff that's in the foreground isn't lit, and then wherever he is, he's lit. And if he's behind the guitarist is more or less rendered in silhouette, and the same applies to the drums. This is such a well-made video. This is great, actually. Really fun to watch, and there's something about the sort of shakiness of the camera that adds to the, the perceived energy coming off the screen. This is brilliant. Right, top to bottom, a real triumph. Lovely Fender Jaguar or Jazzmaster. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. Brilliant. When do you see a music video with with the roadie adjusting the mic stand in the video? That t-shirt looks really comfortable as well, doesn't it? It's kind of like a loose woven t-shirt, I think. This is a really stylish individual. Reinventing the jeans and t-shirt look. Great drummer. Precious SM58, he's thrown it upon the floor, cast it aside, torn it asunder, just smashed it into the ground. It's punk rock. Really great. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought that was brilliant. As I was waffling on about earlier, I think that's like, to be able to sort of take that format and that aesthetic and then to find interesting ways to weave melodies over fairly basic chord sequences. That's the real talent. That's where proper top lining pop writers come into their own. And there's nothing pop about that. There's a lot of dissonance in the choices that he made, and I just thought it was great. I've really enjoyed it. And I don't care who knows it, because punk, I might get that Anarchy tattoo on. That's really cool. Loved it. Okay, so tell me what you thought of it. Use the comment section below. Just really excited. I'm going to listen to more of his stuff now. It's great. Justin Hawkins rides again. I should have done some research and worn a pair of jeans with a t-shirt. But I went for the bloke who lives in the south of France look instead. Nonetheless, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these two videos, and I'll see you guys on the ice. Punk rock, all right. Yeah, nice one. Yeah. See ya. Okay.